You are ready to receive. The right door is quietly opening, even if your heart still feels unsure. And maybe that is why this message found you right now. Not because you have everything figured out, not because you feel fully calm, not because you have stopped wondering when your good will arrive, but because some part of you is tired of chasing, tired of proving, tired of trying to make life move faster than peace can follow. My dear, take one slow breath. This moment is not random. Something in you is changing. Something in you is no longer willing to beg for what should arrive with love. Something in you is beginning to understand that receiving is not the same as chasing. Receiving is softer. Receiving is calmer. Receiving is when your heart stops running after what keeps moving away and begins to trust what is moving toward you in peace. Maybe you are ready because you are no longer willing to lose yourself for a door that does not honor you. Maybe you are ready because peace has become more important than being chosen. Maybe you are ready because your soul is tired of noise and hungry for calm. Maybe you are ready because you have finally begun to hear your own heart again. There is a quiet sign that you are ready. It is not always excitement. It is not always confidence. It is not always a big feeling. Sometimes the sign is simple. You do not want to force anymore. You do not want to push anymore. You do not want to explain your worth to people, places, and situations that cannot see it. You are not cold. You are not giving up. You are becoming clear. For a long time, you may have thought that being ready meant feeling fearless. But readiness is not always loud. Sometimes readiness feels like being tired of old pain. Sometimes readiness feels like a deep breath after years of holding yourself tight. Sometimes readiness feels like saying, I cannot keep living against myself. That sentence is holy. Because when you stop living against yourself, the right door can find you. The wrong door often asks you to panic. The wrong door often asks you to shrink. The wrong door often makes you feel like you must hurry, prove, and earn your place before it disappears. But the right door feels different. It may ask you to grow, yes. It may ask you to be brave, yes. But it does not ask you to hate yourself before you enter. The right door meets the part of you that is becoming whole. Let that land. You are not being punished because you had to wait. You are not behind because it took time to heal. You are not forgotten because the answer did not come when you first asked for it. Sometimes life waits until your hands are no longer full of fear. Sometimes life waits until you can receive good without running from it. Sometimes life waits until your heart can tell the difference between what is familiar and what is loving. And that is a great blessing, because not everything that opens is meant for you. Some doors open quickly because they know your old pain will run through them without asking questions. Some doors look bright at first, but lead you back into the same cycle of proving, waiting, doubting, and giving too much. Some doors only want the wounded version of you, the version that does not ask for respect, the version that thinks love must be earned through struggle. But you are changing now. You are not that same version of yourself. You are learning to pause. You are learning to listen. You are learning to ask, does this bring peace to my heart, or does it pull me away from myself? That question is a door too. My dear, your life begins to change when your questions change. When you stop asking, why was I not chosen? And begin asking, what is truly right for me? Your energy changes. When you stop asking, how do I make them stay? And begin asking, where do I feel safe, loved, and free? Your path changes. When you stop asking, what is wrong with me? And begin asking, what is life trying to show me? Your whole inner world begins to breathe. Give yourself 30 seconds now. Do not ask for proof. Do not search for signs. Do not replay the old story. For these 30 seconds, allow your body to receive the idea that life may be kinder than your fear has told you. Feel the warmth of your own touch. Let your breath move slowly. I am safe to receive. I do not have to chase my good. What is meant for me can meet me in peace. Notice how simple those words are. They are not trying to force life. They are not trying to control every detail. They are not trying to make something happen by pressure. They are teaching your body that receiving does not have to feel dangerous. They are teaching your heart that good can come without fear. For many people, waiting becomes painful because they start to think waiting means nothing. G is happening. But waiting can be full. Waiting can be alive. Waiting can be the place where your heart becomes strong enough to hold what it once only dreamed about. Think about what has changed inside you. There were things you once begged for that you would no longer accept. There were people you once chased that you now know could not meet you in truth. There were situations that once felt like chances, but now you can see they were lessons. That is not failure. That is growth. You are not the same person who prayed the first prayer. You are not the same person who cried the first tear. You are not the same person who thought losing that thing meant losing your future. You have changed. Quietly, deeply, slowly, you have changed. And because you have changed, what you receive now must match who you are becoming, not who you used to be. That is why some doors did not open. That is why some doors closed. That is why some answers came later than you wanted. Life was not trying to hurt you. Life was trying to bring you closer to what could love the whole of you, not just the part of you that was easy to use, easy to ignore, or easy to keep waiting. You are allowed to stop fighting the pause. You are allowed to stop making the quiet, mean abandonment. You are allowed to stop turning every delay into proof that you are not worthy. Because the truth is, you are worthy now, not later, not after you fix every part of yourself, not after you become perfect, not after you never feel fear again. You are worthy now in this breath, in this body, in this tender human moment. The right door does not open because you become perfect. It opens because you become honest. Honest about what hurts. Honest about what no longer fits. Honest about what you truly want. Honest about what your soul can no longer carry. And my dear, honesty is the beginning of receiving. When you are honest, you stop reaching for what only looks like love and begin making space for what truly is love. When you are honest, you stop trying to turn a closed door into your whole destiny. When you are honest, you stop calling your fear intuition and begin hearing the calm voice underneath. That calm voice is still there. It may be quiet, but it is not gone. It says, wait for what honors you. It says, do not return to what broke your peace. It says, you can trust the good that does not need to be forced. It says, stay open, but stay close to yourself. Notice the difference. Staying open does not mean accepting everything. Staying open does not mean saying yes when your body says no. Staying open does not mean being available to the same pain again. Staying open means your heart is not locked by fear. It means life can still surprise you. It means you are willing to believe that what is right for you can arrive without destroying your peace. That is the quiet sign. You are not ready because you are desperate. You are ready because you are becoming peaceful. You are not ready because you know every answer. You are ready because you have stopped worshiping every question. You are not ready because life is moving exactly as you planned. You are ready because you are finally willing to receive what is better than your old plan. Yes, there is a door opening in your life, but it may not open through force. It may open through rest. It may open through self-respect. It may open through one calm choice. It may open when you stop trying to enter what was never built for your healed self. Some doors are not locked. They are simply not yours. And when you accept that, your energy comes home. Before we go deeper, there is something your heart needs to understand about why receiving has felt difficult. It is not because you are bad at receiving. It is not because you are unlucky. It is not because life gives good things to everyone except you. Sometimes receiving has felt hard because your body learned to expect loss after joy, pain after hope, silence after love, and disappointment after desire. So when something good comes close, you may not relax. You may tense. You may question it. You may wait for it to leave. You may feel the chest tighten, the breath shorten, the stomach pull in. You may feel the mind begin to search for what could go wrong, and then you might think, maybe this means it is not for me. But no, sometimes that tight feeling does not mean the good is wrong. Sometimes it means your nervous system is learning a new kind of safety. Receiving is not only about letting good things come. Receiving is about becoming safe enough inside to let good things stay. My dear, if receiving has felt unsafe before, please do not blame yourself. You may have learned to expect less. You may have learned to give more than you received. You may have learned to smile while needing support. You may have learned to question peace because chaos felt familiar. You may have learned that when good came, something painful followed. So now, even when life brings a soft opening, a kind person, a peaceful chance, or a new beginning, part of you may pull back. Not because you do not want it, not because you are ungrateful, but because the body remembers what the mind tries to forget. The body remembers being let down. The body remembers hoping too much. The body remembers the ache between your shoulder blades after carrying everything alone. The body remembers the tight chest that came from waiting for a message, a sign, an answer, a change. So before we speak about receiving, we must be gentle with the part of you that learned to protect itself. That part is not your enemy. That part has been trying to keep you safe. Maybe it says, do not get too excited. Maybe it says, do not trust this yet. Maybe it says, if you want too much, you will be disappointed. Maybe it says, if you open your heart, you will lose control. And when that voice speaks, it may sound like truth, but often it is only fear wearing the clothes of wisdom. Fear says, stay closed so you cannot be hurt. Love says, open slowly and stay with yourself. Fear says, good things do not last. Love says, you can learn to let good stay. Fear says, if you receive, you will lose it. Love says, you can receive gently, one breath at a time. That is where we begin. Support is already touching you in small ways. Let your body know that. Take 3 slow breaths before you decide that good is not for you. Let the body receive air. Let the body release what it does not need. Receiving begins in the body. It begins when the body learns, I can be supported and still be safe. I can be loved and still be myself. I can be helped and still have power. I can allow good and not lose control. Some people think receiving means being passive, but true receiving is powerful. It means you are no longer blocking what your heart has prayed for. It means you are no longer saying no with your energy while saying yes with your words. It means you are no longer pushing away kindness because you do not know how to trust it. You are learning. That is all. You are learning to let life be good to you without searching for the danger in every soft thing. For a long time, your inner house may have been arranged around survival. One room for worry, one room for old pain, one room for people you tried to please, one room for dreams you were afraid to touch, one room filled with all the words you never said because you did not want to be too much. And now life is gently walking through that inner house, opening windows. Fresh air is coming in. Light is touching places that were closed for years. The rooms inside you are changing. Maybe this feels strange because calm is new. Maybe peace feels empty at first because your body is used to noise. Maybe a loving offer feels uncomfortable because you learn to earn everything through effort. Maybe a quiet opportunity feels too easy because you were taught that good must come through struggle. But my dear, struggle is not the price of being blessed. You do not have to be exhausted before life supports you. You do not have to break yourself to prove that you deserve rest. You do not have to beg before you receive. Good can come gently. Love can come gently. Help can come gently. Peace can come gently. It is safe for good to stay. It is safe for life to support me. I no longer push blessings away. You may feel resistance. That is okay. Resistance does not mean the affirmation is wrong. It means the old story is being touched. It means a part of you is asking, can this really be true? And instead of forcing that part to believe, you can comfort it. You can say, we are learning. You can say, we do not have to open all at once. You can say, we can receive one small good thing today. Because sometimes the way back to receiving is small. You receive the compliment without pushing it away. You receive the rest without guilt. You receive the help, P, without explaining why you need it. You receive the quiet without filling it with fear. You receive the moment without asking it to become the whole future. Small receiving teaches deep receiving. If you cannot receive a kind word, it may be hard to receive love. If you cannot receive a small rest, it may be hard to receive peace. If you cannot receive one gentle opening, it may be hard to trust a bigger door. So life begins with small things. Do not dismiss them. A glass of water when you are tired is receiving. A deep breath before reacting is receiving. A friend asking how you are is receiving. A calm thought after a hard day is receiving. A small idea that makes you feel lighter is receiving. A moment when you do not attack yourself is receiving. These things matter because they teach your body that good does not always arrive with fear. Good can arrive quietly. Good can arrive in simple ways. Good can arrive as a soft moment that says, you are not alone here. My dear, there may have been times when you gave too much because receiving felt harder than giving. Giving can feel safe when you are used to earning love. Giving gives you a role. Giving gives you something to do. Giving makes you feel needed. But receiving asks you to be seen. Receiving asks you to let someone or something meet you. Receiving asks you to believe that you are worthy even when you are not performing. That can feel tender, because if you were praised for being strong, you may not know how to be held. If you were loved most when you were useful, you may not know how to rest. If you were noticed only when you gave, you may not know how to receive without guilt. But now you are learning a new way. You are allowed to be supported without earning every breath of support. You are allowed to be loved when you are quiet. You are allowed to receive even when you have nothing to prove. You are allowed to be held by life in ways you do not yet understand. There is no rush. Imagine the inner house again. In one room, there is an old belief that says, "I must do everything alone." Maybe that belief has sat there for years. Maybe it has been like heavy furniture in the middle of the room, blocking the way. You may have walked around it for so long that you forgot it could be moved. But today, just a little, we move it. Not by force, by truth. You do not have to do everything alone. You do not have to hold every answer. You do not have to carry every worry before life is allowed to help you. Let the room open. Let there be space. Let your heart receive a new sentence. I am allowed to be supported. The part of you that feels afraid may ask, but what if support leaves? That is a human fear. Do not shame it, but answer it gently. Say, even if something changes, I will stay with myself. Because the deepest safety is not that nothing ever changes. The deepest safety is knowing you will not abandon yourself when life moves. That is why receiving begins with self-love. When you love yourself, you do not cling to every open door. You do not make one person your only source. You do not make one chance your entire future. You do not hand your peace to something outside you and then beg it not to drop it. Self-love says, I can receive this and I can still belong to myself. That is freedom. That is power. That is the beginning of true receiving. My dear, maybe the right door has been quiet because life is teaching you to hear quiet things. Maybe it is teaching you not to confuse noise with love. Maybe it is teaching you not to confuse urgency with guidance. Maybe it is teaching you that the thing meant for your healed self will not always excite your wounded self. Your wounded self may want the old rush, the chase, the high, the proof, the sudden answer that removes all uncertainty. But your healed self wants peace. Your healed self wants respect. Your healed self wants something that can stay. Your healed self wants the kind of blessing that does not require you to lose sleep, lose yourself, or lose your voice. So, if a new door opens softly, do not reject it because it does not feel like the old pattern. Peace may feel unfamiliar. Kindness may feel slow. Consistency may feel quiet. Respect may feel simple, but simple can be sacred. Sometimes the right thing does not shake your nervous system. It soothes it. Sometimes the right thing does not make you chase. It lets you breathe. Sometimes the right thing does not make you wonder if you are enough. It reminds you that you already are. Receive that, even if only a little. I allow peaceful good. I allow steady love. I allow support that feels safe. Now notice your body. Notice if there is any softening. Maybe just a little. Maybe the breath is slower. Maybe the forehead is less tight. Maybe the heart still feels tender, but not as alone. That is enough. Healing does not need to happen all at once. You are not behind in learning how to receive. You are not broken because receiving once felt unsafe. You are not wrong because your body needed time. You are becoming available to good in a new way. And the more you practice receiving small good without fear, the more your inner world changes. The house inside you becomes warmer. The rooms become lighter. The doors inside you stop locking at the first sign of hope. You begin to understand that you can let life come close without losing yourself. That is when the outer doors begin to feel different too. Because when you are no longer afraid of receiving, you stop pushing away the quiet blessings. You stop calling peace boring. You stop choosing struggle just because it feels familiar. You stop running toward what makes you anxious and begin walking toward what makes you whole. This is the tender shift. You are learning to let good be good. You are learning to let calm be safe. You are learning to let life support you without asking, "What will this cost me?" And as this shift grows, you begin to see something clearly. Chasing is not the same as receiving. They may both look like desire, but they come from very different places. Chasing comes from fear. Receiving comes from worth. Chasing says, "I must get this or I am not okay." Receiving says, "I am okay and I welcome what is right for me." Chasing tightens the body. Receiving opens the breath. Chasing makes you leave yourself. Receiving brings you home. And now, my dear, you are ready to understand that difference more deeply. Chasing feels like your peace is always outside your body. It feels like the answer is in someone else's hand. It feels like your worth is waiting behind a message, a result, a yes, a reply, a sign, or a door that has not opened yet. Chasing makes your mind run ahead of your life. It makes your heart lean so far forward that you forget to stand inside yourself. You may know this feeling. The throat tightens before you send the message. The thumb hovers over the screen. The stomach sinks while you wait. The mind checks and checks again. The body becomes tense, as if your whole future depends on one small response. My dear, that is not receiving. That is fear trying to become control. And we do not need to shame it. We only need to understand it. Because every time you chase, some part of you is saying, "I am afraid this good will not come unless I force it." Some part of you is saying, "I do not trust that I am worthy enough for life to meet me." Some part of you is saying, "If I stop pushing, I will be forgotten." But love tells a different truth. Love says, what is deeply meant for you does not need you to abandon yourself. Love says, You can desire something and still keep your peace. Love says you can take action without panic. Love says you can open your hands without grabbing. Open your palms now if you can. Slowly, let the fingers relax. Notice how the hands feel when they are not tight. Notice the space. Notice the softness. Notice that an open hand is not empty in a sad way. It is ready. It can receive. It can bless. It can hold. It can release. It does not have to fight the air. This is what your energy is learning. Not desperate, not powerless, not chasing. Chasing says, I must hurry. Chasing says, I must prove. Chasing says, I must be chosen now. Chasing says, if this does not happen, I am not enough. Chasing says, I need to make life obey my fear. But receiving says, I am already worthy. Receiving says, I can breathe while life moves. Receiving says, I do not lose myself to be loved. Receiving says, what is right for me can recognize me. Receiving says, I can take the next step without forcing the whole path. There is a magnetic peace that comes when you stop chasing. It is not lazy. It is not passive. It is not giving up. It is a quiet inner shift. Your energy stops screaming, choose me, and begins saying, I choose myself. Your heart stops knocking on doors that hurt it and begins becoming a safe home for the good that is coming. That is when your life starts to feel different. Because chasing often comes from the old belief that you must fight for every good thing. It tells you that if you do not keep pushing, nothing will happen. But receiving understands that you can act from peace. You can send the message without begging. You can apply without attaching your whole worth to the result. You can love without losing yourself. You can prepare without panic. This is a new way, a softer way, a stronger way. Before you act from fear, wait 90 seconds. Just 90 seconds. Let the body settle before the mind decides. Let the breath return before the hand moves. Let your heart ask, am I about to choose from fear or from love? That one pause can save you from repeating an old pattern. In those 90 seconds, put your hand on your heart and say, I release desperate energy. I return to my worth. I receive from peace, not fear. You do not have to be ashamed of the times you chased. You were trying to feel safe. You were trying to be loved. You were trying to make something work because your heart wanted relief. But now you are learning that relief does not come from losing yourself. Relief comes from returning to yourself. The next part is the one many people skip because it asks you to stop confusing urgency with guidance. Urgency is loud. Guidance is calm. Urgency says, do it now or you will lose everything. Guidance says, take the step that keeps you whole. Urgency makes the chest tight. Guidance may feel brave, but it does not feel violent. Urgency pushes you away from your body. Guidance brings you deeper into your body. Urgency wants a guarantee before you breathe. Guidance gives you one peaceful step. Control says, go after it now or you will lose it. Blessing says, what is truly for you does not need your panic. Control says, keep checking, keep asking, keep proving. Blessing says, come back to yourself. What is right will not require self-abandonment. Control says, if you slow down, you will miss it. Blessing says, if you slow down, you will hear it clearly. This is important. Not every strong feeling is intuition. Sometimes a strong feeling is fear with a loud voice. Sometimes panic pretends to be a sign. Sometimes the need to fix everything immediately is not wisdom. It is the nervous system trying to escape discomfort. And discomfort is not always danger. You can feel uncertain and still be safe. You can feel desire and still be grounded. You can feel nervous and still make a loving choice. You do not need to run after everything that makes your heart beat faster. Ask your body, does this feel like peace, even if it is brave? Does this respect me? Does this let me stay close to myself? Does this door require my wholeness, or does it feed on my fear? My dear, these questions are powerful. They bring your energy back from the outside world and place it inside your own heart. They remind you that you are not pimain, or to be pulled by every open door. You are here to receive what is true for you. When you chase, you often make one door too important. You tell yourself, it must be this one person, this one job, this one path, this one answer, this one plan. And when that one thing does not move, the mind begins to suffer. It says, nothing is working. But life is bigger than one door. Life has many ways. Life has quiet ways. Life has wise ways. Life has gentle ways that your fear has not imagined yet. Receiving means you stop making one closed door the ruler of your future. You allow life to bring your good through the way that can actually hold you. You trust that your blessing does not have to look exactly like your first picture of it. This is where freedom begins. You can want something deeply and still say, I trust the right way. You can care and still breathe. You can hope and still rest. You can move and still be peaceful. You can open and still have boundaries. This is receiving. Receiving is not sitting with folded hands while life passes you by. Receiving is living with open hands and a steady heart. It is taking the next loving step without gripping the outcome. It is preparing your inner world without punishing yourself. It is letting your energy become a home for what you are asking to receive. Think of your energy like a magnet, not in a hard or strange way, simply as a feeling. When you are chasing from fear, your energy becomes scattered. One part of you is in the past. One part is in the future. One part is in the person you are waiting on. One part is in the answer you keep checking for. You are everywhere except here. But when you receive, your energy gathers. It comes back to your breath. It comes back to your body. It comes back to your values. It comes back to the quiet truth. I am worthy now. That gathered energy is powerful. It is calm. It is clear. It helps you see the next step. It helps you feel what is right. It helps you stop saying yes from fear and start saying yes from alignment. You do not have to chase what makes you forget your worth. You do not have to chase what keeps you anxious. You do not have to chase what only comes close when you are willing to disappear. You are allowed to receive the kind of good that lets you remain yourself. I am not here to chase love. I am not here to chase peace. I am not here to chase what is already meant for me. Let your hands stay open. Let your breath stay slow. If fear rises, do not fight it. Speak to it gently. Say, I know you are trying to protect me, but we are choosing peace now. Fear does not need to drive the car. Fear can sit beside you, but love must hold the wheel. Love knows the way home. Love knows when to move. Love knows when to wait. Love knows when a door is not worth your peace. The more you practice this, the less you will confuse anxiety with attraction. The less you will confuse being wanted with being valued. The less you will confuse fast movement with right timing. You will begin to feel a deep difference between something that pulls you into panic and something that invites you into growth. Growth may stretch you, but it will not make you betray yourself. Growth may feel new, but it will not make you small. Growth may ask for courage, but it will not feed your shame. That is how you know. My dear, the right door may not be the one that makes you feel frantic. It may be the one that lets you breathe. It may be the one that feels simple, steady, kind, and clear. It may not flatter your old wound, but it will honor your new self. And your new self is learning to receive. Your new self is not begging at locked doors. Your new self is not turning silence into self-hate. Your new self is not chasing what only knows how to run. Your new self is standing in a quieter power. This is the power of someone who knows that life can meet them. This is the power of someone who has stopped making fear their guide. This is the power of someone who says, I am open, but I am not available for what breaks my peace. Today, before you chase anything, pause. Before you send the fearful message, pause. Before you say yes to what drains you, pause. Before you call yourself forgotten, pause. Before you decide that nothing is happening, pause. In that pause, your soul can speak, and the soul may say, rest. It may say, wait. It may say, try again, but gently. It may say, this is not your door. It may say, this is opening, but do not rush. It may say, you are safe to receive. The soul does not scream. It does not shame. It does not threaten. It guides. And when you practice listening, the right door becomes easier to recognize because you are no longer blinded by the need to be chosen quickly. You are already chosen by life. You are already worthy of good. You are already allowed to receive. Not because you chased hard enough, not because you suffered long enough, not because you proved your value to every closed door, but because you are a living soul, growing, healing, learning, and coming home to yourself. So breathe again. Open your hands again. Let your heart hear this. I receive what is right for me. I release what needs my fear. I trust the good that comes in peace. This is the shift from chasing to receiving. It begins quietly. It begins when you choose your peace over the panic. It begins when you remember that the right door does not need you to lose yourself before it opens. The right door does not always open with a loud sign. Sometimes it opens through peace. Not the kind of peace that means everything is perfect. Not the kind of peace where you never feel nervous. Not the kind of peace where every question has already been answered. But the quiet kind of peace that lives underneath the fear. The kind that says, this may be new, but I do not have to leave myself to enter it. My dear, that is how you begin to know. The wrong door often pulls you away from your sin. It makes you rush. It makes you ignore your body. It makes you explain away the signs that something does not feel right. It makes you say yes when your heart is asking for time. It makes you call your own discomfort a small thing, even when it is speaking clearly. But the right door has a different feeling. It may ask you to grow, but it does not ask you to shrink. It may ask you to be brave, but it does not ask you to betray your own heart. It may ask you to step forward, but it does not drag you by fear. The right door feels like a bridge. You may not see the whole path across it, but the first step feels honest. Your body may feel awake. Your heart may beat a little faster. But somewhere deep inside, there is a calm knowing that says, this respects me. That one feeling matters. Because not every open door is a blessing. Some open doors are tests of your self-worth. Some open doors are old patterns wearing new clothes. Some open doors are invitations to return to the version of yourself that begged, overgave, stayed silent, and called it love. So now you must learn to listen in a new way, not with panic, not with pressure, not with the old fear that says, take whatever comes because nothing better may arrive. No, that fear is not your guide anymore. Worry says, take anything that opens. Trust says, choose what feels aligned, not what feels desperate. Worry says, if you wait, you will lose your chance. Trust says, what is truly right for you will not need you to abandon your peace. Worry says, you should say yes before life changes its mind. Trust says, life is not playing with you. Life is guiding you. Stay near yourself. Think of the bridge again. A bridge does not ask you to jump across the whole river in one breath. It gives you one step, then another step, then another. It supports your movement little by little. The right door is like that. It does not demand that you understand the whole future before you begin. It simply gives you the next honest step. And the next honest step usually feels simple. It may be a yes that feels clean. It may be a no that brings relief. It may be a pause that protects your energy. It may be a conversation you need to have. It may be a boundary you need to keep. It may be a choice that feels small, but gives your heart more room to breathe. My dear, the right door will never ask you to silence your inner truth just to enter it. If something requires you to become false, it is not your door. If something requires you to keep hurting yourself, it is not your door. If something requires you to keep proving your worth to people who benefit from your self-doubt, it is not your door. Choose peace, not the peace of avoiding life, not the peace of hiding, but the peace of honoring what your heart already knows. You may have ignored that knowing before. Many people do. You may have felt the tightness in your throat and still said yes. You may have felt the heavy feeling in your chest and still stayed. You may have felt the warning in your stomach and still convinced yourself it was fear, not truth. You may have walked through doors that looked beautiful from the outside but felt cold once you entered. Do not shame yourself for that. You were learning. You were trying to be loved. You were trying to be safe. You were trying to make something work because you did not yet know that peace was also a sign. Now you know. Peace is a sign. Respect is a sign. Room to breathe is a sign. A calm body is a sign. A yes that does not require self-betrayal is a sign. Before every yes, ask one question. Does this respect my peace? Just one question. Does this respect my peace? If the answer is no, do not rush to explain it away. Do not call yourself difficult. Do not say you are asking for too much. Peace is not too much. Respect is not too much. Safety is not too much. A door that is truly right for you will not be offended by your need to stay whole. Feel your feet for a moment. Feel them touching the floor. Let your body know that you are not floating in fear. You are here. You are held by this moment. You can choose slowly. You can think clearly. You can breathe before you answer life. Lengthen your spine just a little. Let your belly soften. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. I choose the door that honors me. I trust peaceful timing. I do not enter what costs my soul. A bridge from old fear to new trust. A bridge from chasing to receiving. A bridge from self-abandonment to self-respect. My dear, there is a reason peace matters so much. When you are in fear, your mind becomes narrow. It can only see one answer, one person, one chance, one door. It begins to say, this must be it. This must work. This must open. And when that happens, you stop listening to life. You start arguing with life. But when you are peaceful, even a little, your vision becomes wider. You begin to notice other paths. You begin to feel the quiet pull toward what is better. You begin to see that life may be guiding you through a different entrance, one that your fear could not see because fear was staring too hard at the door that would not open. Peace helps you notice. Peace helps you choose. Peace helps you receive. The right door may not always look like your first plan. It may not arrive with the face you expected, the timing you wanted, or the path you imagined. But when it is right, something in your spirit knows. There is less twisting, less begging, less confusion, less need to convince yourself. It feels clean, not always easy, but clean. There is a difference. Easy means there is no challenge. Clean means there is no self-betrayal. Easy means nothing asks you to grow. Clean means the growth still honors who you are. Easy may not always be possible, but clean is important. You can do hard things without losing yourself. You can walk through new doors without becoming desperate. You can choose growth without choosing pain. My dear, let this be your new way of listening. When something opens, pause. Do not throw your whole heart into it on the first breath. Do not let old hunger make the choice. Do not let loneliness decide for you. Do not let fear of missing out become your guide. Ask your body, does my chest feel tight from warning or awake from courage? Does my throat feel closed or am I simply nervous to speak my truth? Does my stomach feel heavy with dread or alive with newness? Does this door ask me to rise? Or does it ask me to disappear? These questions will save you from many old cycles, and if you do not know the answer right away, that is okay. You can wait. You can sleep on it. You can give yourself time. Time is not your enemy. A real door will not vanish just because you took one peaceful breath before entering. The old you may have believed that fast meant for you. But sometimes fast is only familiar. Fast can be the old pattern pulling you back before your wisdom has time to speak. The right door often has patience in it. It gives you enough space to hear yourself. You are allowed to take that space. You are allowed to say, let me feel into this. You are allowed to say, I need a little time. You are allowed to say, this does not feel right for me. You are allowed to say, yes, but in a way that honors my peace. That is receiving with self-respect. Receiving does not mean every door gets access to you. Receiving means you are open to your good, not open to being drained. Receiving means you can welcome life while still honoring your own heart. Receiving means you do not call every invitation a blessing just because it is available. My dear, availability is not alignment. Something can be available and still not be right. Someone can be interested and still not be loving. An opportunity can be open and still not be healthy. A path can be clear and still not be yours. This is why peace matters. Peace helps you choose what belongs. Peace helps you pass by what only looks like a chance but feels like a cost. Peace helps you stop making choices from lack. Imagine yourself standing before a bridge. You do not need to cross it all today. You only need to feel whether the first step respects your heart. Look at the path. Feel the air around you. Notice if your body wants to lean forward or step back. No judgment, just listening. If your body says wait, wait with kindness. If your body says no, honor it without guilt. If your body says yes, move slowly and stay close to yourself. I listen before I enter. I honor my inner peace. The right path supports the real me. This is how you stop being pulled by fear. This is how you begin to be led by wisdom. And as you practice this, something beautiful happens. You stop being impressed by doors that only offer excitement. You stop chasing what gives you a rush but takes your rest. You stop calling confusion love. You stop calling pressure guidance. You stop calling self-abandonment devotion. You become clearer. You become softer and stronger at the same time. You begin to trust that what is for you will not need your fear in order to find you. My dear, the right door opens through peace. It opens when you are no longer willing to enter what breaks you. It opens when you can say no without shame and yes witut panic. It opens when you stop believing that anything available is better than waiting for what is aligned. Choose peace. Choose the bridge that lets you breathe. Choose the path where your soul can come with you. To receive what is right for you, you must make space inside, not by forcing yourself to forget, not by pretending nothing hurt, not by pushing your feelings away, but by gently putting down what has become too heavy for your spirit to carry. My dear, some things were never meant to become part of your identity. The disappointment was not meant to become your name. The delay was not meant to become your story. The closed door was not meant to become proof that nothing good can happen. The person who could not love you well was not meant to become the measure of your worth. But sometimes, without meaning to, you keep wearing the old pain like a heavy coat. You wake up with it. You move through the day with it. You sit with it in silence. You check your phone with it. You make choices through it. You look at new chances through it. And then you wonder why receiving feels hard. It is hard to receive with arms full of yesterday. It is hard to open a new door while carrying every old door on your back. So this section is not about losing anything. It is about becoming free enough to hold what is coming. Feel your shoulders for a moment. Maybe they feel heavy. Maybe the body is tired. Maybe there is a quiet ache behind the neck or between the shoulder blades. Maybe the chest feels like it has been carrying words you never said. Maybe the eyes feel tired from looking for answers that did not come. Release does not have to be dramatic. It can be gentle. Imagine that you are wearing a heavy coat. This coat is made of old blame, old fear, old waiting, old stories, old shame, old questions that have been repeated too many times. Maybe you have worn it so long that it began to feel normal. Maybe you forgot how light you could feel without it. Now in your heart, loosen it. You do not have to throw it away with anger. You do not have to fight with it. Just begin to take it off. Slowly, put down the old blame. Put down the need to know everything. Put down the belief that you must suffer first. Put down the fear that good will leave. Put down the story that says you are too late. Put down the thought that says life has forgotten you. My dear, some of what you carry was never yours. It was handed to you by fear. It was taught to you by pain. It was placed on you by people who did not know how to love gently. It was formed in seasons when you had to survive, not receive. But you are not in that same moment now. You are here. You are breathing. You are becoming ready. And receiving asks for space. Space in your thoughts. Space in your heart. Space in your body. Space in your hands. Space in your day. Space in the way you speak to yourself. Maybe it is the need to be chosen by one person. Maybe it is the fear that you missed your chance. Maybe it is the shame of how long healing has taken. Maybe it is the anger that life did not move when you wanted. Maybe it is the old thought, I am not ready. Choose one. I put down what is too heavy. I make room for good. I am allowed to receive now. You are not asking it to change in one moment. You are simply giving it a new message. My dear, release is often misunderstood. Many people think release means you no longer care, but that is not true. Release means you no longer let the pain control the whole room of your heart. Release means you can honor what happened without letting it decide what is possible. Release means you stop giving yesterday the power to block today. You can remember and still be free. You can feel and still move. You can love and still let go. You can be grateful for a lesson and still choose a new life. Shame says, you should have been ready sooner. Grace says, you became ready through everything you survived. Shame says, you lost too much time. Grace says, nothing is wasted when it helps you return to yourself. Shame says, you should have known better. Grace says, now you know differently, and that is enough. Let grace speak louder. For too long, shame may have been the voice you trusted. It may have followed you into quiet moments and told you that you should have healed faster, chosen better, noticed sooner, left earlier, spoken up more, stayed calmer, been stronger. Shame always believes you should have been someone other than who you were. But grace tells the truth. You were learning. You were surviving. You were doing the best you could with what you understood then. And now you understand more. That is growth. That is healing. That is readiness. My dear, you do not become ready by hating the version of you who was not ready before. You become ready by blessing that version, thanking them for surviving, and choosing differently now. Imagine placing that heavy coat on the floor. See it there. The old guilt, the old story, the old need to force the door. You do not have to pick it up again just because it is familiar. Familiar does not mean true. Familiar does not mean yours. Familiar does not mean safe. Sometimes freedom feels strange at first. Sometimes peace feels empty because pain took up so much space. Sometimes receiving feels uncomfortable because struggle has been your normal. That is okay. Let the space feel new. Let the quiet feel new. Let your life have room for something better. There is another thing you may need to put down. The belief that you must keep checking the old door to make sure it is still closed. You may keep going back in your mind. You may keep asking what happened, why it happened, what you could have done, what they meant, what the silence means, what the delay means. And each time your energy returns to the same place. But your energy is needed here. Your life is here. Your breath is here. Your next step is here. The right door is not found by staring at what did not open. It is found by turning gently toward what gives life back to you. My dear, this does not mean you force yourself to stop thinking. Thoughts will come. Memories will come. Feelings will come. When they do, you do not need to fight them. You can simply say, I see you, but I am coming back to myself. That is release, not a battle, a return. I see the old story, and I return to peace. I feel the old fear, and I return to love. I remember the past, and I return to now. This is how you clear space, little by little, breath by breath, choice by choice. You may also need to clear space in the way you speak. Words are powerful. If you keep saying, nothing works for me, your mind begins to search for proof. If you keep saying, "I'm always late," your body begins to live like life is against you. If you keep saying, "I never receive," you may miss the small ways support is already arriving. So we change the words, not to lie, not to pretend, but to open a better door inside the mind. Instead of saying, "Nothing is happening," say, "Something may be forming quietly." Instead of saying, "I am behind," say, "I am becoming ready in my own time." Instead of saying, "Good never stays," say, "I am learning to let good stay." Instead of saying, "I missed it," say, "Life still has ways to reach me." Let them move the old furniture. Let them open a window. My dear, when your inner room is full of fear, every blessing has to fight for space. But when your inner room becomes softer, good can enter without pushing. Peace can sit down. Hope can breathe. Trust can grow. You are not emptying yourself to become nothing. You are emptying what hurts so you can receive what heals. That is the sacred difference. You are making room for support. You are making room for love. You are making room for clear guidance. You are making room for the version of you who no longer lives from panic. Put down the pressure to know the whole road. Put down the need to prove that you are worthy. Put down the fear that rest will make you fall behind. Put down the old habit of choosing what hurts because it feels familiar. Put down the belief that peace is too good to trust. Now place your hand on your heart again. Feel the heartbeat, even if it is soft. Feel the breath, even if it is tired. Feel the body that has carried you through every season you thought you would not survive. Thank it. Thank you for carrying me. Thank you for protecting me. You can soften now. My dear, the body needs kindness. It has held your fear. It has held your grief. It has held the moments you did not speak. It has held the stress of wanting life to hurry. It has held the ache of feeling unseen. And now, as you prepare to receive, your body must hear that it does not have to stay in battle. You are not in the same place. You are not the same person. You are allowed to become lighter. And as you become lighter, you will begin to notice what your heaviness once hid. You may notice a peaceful chance, a kind offer, a small idea, a quiet answer, a door that does not demand your fear, a path that feels steady, a new kind of support that you once would have missed because you were too busy carrying the past. This is why clearing space matters. The blessing does not always need you to do more. Sometimes it needs you to carry less. You are allowed to receive without the old weight. You are allowed to receive without carrying every fear into the new room. You are allowed to receive as someone who has learned, softened, grown, and returned to themselves. I make space for what is loving. I make space for what is peaceful. I make space for what is meant for my healed self. There is nothing more to force in this moment. Just space, just breath, Just the gentle choice to put down what has been too heavy and stop calling it your responsibility. Before you receive the next blessing, there is one hidden belief that must soften. It is the belief that good must be earned through pain. There is a quiet belief many hearts carry without knowing it. It says, I must struggle before I can receive. It says, I must be exhausted before I deserve rest. It says, I must prove enough, give enough, wait enough, hurt enough, and become perfect enough before life is allowed to be good to me. My dear, this belief is heavy, and for many people, it has been written inside the mind for years, like an old sentence on a blackboard. Maybe no one even meant to write it there. Maybe life wrote it through hard seasons. Maybe pain wrote it through disappointment. Maybe old experiences wrote it every time you had to work too hard for love, attention, safety, or peace. But a sentence written inside you can be erased. A new sentence can be written. Touch your forehead lightly if you can. Let the face soften. Let the pressure behind the forehead loosen. Imagine an old blackboard inside the mind. On it are all the old sentences that made receiving feel far away. I must struggle. I am too late. Good is for others, not me. If I rest, I will lose. If I receive, something will go wrong. If it is easy, it cannot be real. Now breathe out slowly. Erase the sentence that says you must struggle. Erase the sentence that says you are too late. Erase the sentence that says good is for others, not you. Erase the sentence that says blessings must come through pain. Erase the sentence that says peace cannot be trusted. I no longer earn through pain. I receive because I am worthy. Good can come gently. You do not have to suffer to be spiritual. You do not have to be tired to be good. You do not have to be used to be loved. You do not have to break yourself to make life open. You do not have to turn your whole path into a test of how much pain you can carry. That is not receiving. That is survival. And you are allowed to live beyond survival. My dear, when you believe good must come through struggle, you may begin to distrust what comes peacefully. You may think, this is too easy. You may think, this cannot be real. You may think, something bad must be coming. And then, without knowing it, you begin to close the door on the very thing you asked for. You may push away help. You may question kindness. You may delay joy. You may choose hard paths just because they feel familiar. You may feel guilty when life is gentle. But life can be gentle and still be real. Love can be steady and still be deep. Money can come through honest ease and still be deserved. Peace can arrive without punishment first. Support can come without you begging for it. This is a new sentence. Write it inside yourself. Good can come gently. Lack says, there is not enough for me. Abundance says, life has many ways to reach me. Lack says, If someone else receives, there will be less for me. Abundance says, good is not limited by my fear. Lack says, I must hold tight or I will lose everything. Abundance says, I can open my hands and still be safe. This is where the door begins to soften, because the door is not only outside you. There is also a door inside the mind. And when the mind believes only pain is holy, it does not know how to receive joy. When the mind believes struggle is the price of worth, it does not know how to accept support. When the mind believes life must be hard, it may turn simple blessings into problems. So today, we are changing the inner writing, not all at once. One sentence. Write one new belief today. It may be, I am allowed to receive. It may be, good can come in peace. It may be, I do not need to prove my worth. It may be, life can support me in simple ways. It may be, the right door opens without my panic. Choose one sentence and let it become a small light inside the mind. My dear, the mind learns through repetition, not pressure. Repetition. A loving sentence repeated often becomes a new path. At first, it may feel strange. The old mind may argue. It may say, this is not true. It may say, you are only pretending. It may say, remember what happened before. Do not fight the old mind. Just answer gently. Yes, that happened before, but I am choosing a new thought now. Yes, I was hurt before, but I am learning to receive safely now. Yes, I struggled before, but struggle is not my home anymore. You do not defeat old thoughts by hating them. You change them by feeding new ones. This is why affirmations matter, not because they are magic words that force life to obey you. They matter because they teach your inner our world a new language. They give the heart a place to rest. They give the mind a cleaner path to walk. They give the body a message it can practice. I am worthy of peaceful good. I let life support me in kind ways. I do not have to fight for every blessing. Let the old blackboard become clean. Let the new words be written with kindness. My dear, one hidden belief that blocks the door is the belief that receiving makes you selfish. Maybe you learned that giving was good and receiving was wrong. Maybe you learned that needing help made you weak. Maybe you learned that asking for support made you too much. Maybe you learned to take the smallest piece, speak the softest need, and make yourself easy for everyone else. But receiving is not selfish. Receiving is balance. A cup cannot pour forever without being filled. A heart cannot give forever without being nourished. A body cannot carry everything forever without rest. You are part of life too. You are allowed to be included in the love you give. You are allowed to receive the kindness you offer. You are allowed to be supported, not only useful. You are allowed to be held, not only strong, that is not selfish, that is whole. Think of a cup for a moment. If the cup is cracked by guilt, it cannot hold what is poured into it. If the cup is turned upside down by fear, nothing can enter. If the cup is hidden in a closed room of shame, even the cleanest water cannot reach it. But when the cup is placed upright, open, and ready, receiving becomes natural. You are that cup. You do not need to become another person to receive. You only need to stop turning away from your own good. If your heart is ready to receive, write one simple word: ready. Let it be a promise to yourself, not pressure. Let it remind your inner world that you are no longer closing the door before life can bless you. Not perfect, not fearless, not finished healing, ready to receive in a new way. My dear, there is another old sentence we must erase. It says, if I do not control everything, nothing will happen. This sentence can make you tired. It can make you carry the whole future in your chest. It can make you feel responsible for every detail, every outcome, every person, every delay, every answer. But control is not the same as trust, and trust is not the same as doing nothing. Trust means you do your loving part and let life do what you cannot do. Trust means you take the step you can take and stop punishing yourself for not seeing the whole road. Trust means you prepare without panic. Trust means you open your heart without handing your peace to the outcome. You have a part. Life has a part. You do not have to do both. I do my part with love. I release what is not mine to carry. Life knows how to meet me. That is a new sentence. Write it inside. Let it replace the old pressure. You do not need to manage every door. You do not need to force every timing. You do not need to chase every sign. You do not need to prove every day that you deserve to be blessed. Your worth is not a job you have to keep doing. Your worth is already here. My dear, you are allowed to receive because you are alive, because you are growing, because you are learning, because you are open to healing, because your heart still wants good, even after disappointment. That alone is beautiful. Do not make receiving so heavy that your heart becomes afraid of it. Let it be simple. Let it begin with one new thought, one open breath, one softer choice, one moment where you do not push away the good that is trying to reach you. Maybe today you receive rest. Maybe today you receive a kind word. Maybe today you receive a small idea. Maybe today you receive the truth that you do not have to struggle first. Maybe today the door opens inside you before it opens outside you. That still counts. It counts because the inner door is where everything begins. When the inner door opens, you stop saying no to your own good. You stop rejecting peace because it feels unfamiliar. You stop calling yourself unworthy because the old sentence told you so. You stop making pain the proof of your value, and then life can meet you differently. Not because you forced it, because you became open. I erase the old story. I write a kinder truth. I am ready to receive good in peace. My dear, carry that new sentence with you. Let it be written across your thoughts when fear returns. Let it be written across your heart when the old belief tries to speak. Let it be written across your choices when you are tempted to make things hard just because hard feels familiar. Good can come gently. Support can come simply. The right door can open quietly. And you can be ready without being perfect. The right door may begin so quietly that your old fear almost misses it. It may not arrive as a big event. It may not come with a clear sign that removes every doubt. It may not look like the answer you imagined in your mind again and again. Sometimes life begins with something small, a quiet idea, a sudden calm feeling, a simple message, a gentle no, a peaceful yes, a moment of rest that brings your spirit back to itself. My dear, the mind often wants proof before it trusts. It wants the whole path. It wants the full answer. It wants to see the door wide open before it takes even one step. But life does not always work that way. Life often begins with a small opening, just enough for your heart to notice that something is moving. A door can begin as an idea. A door can begin as a peaceful no. A door can begin as rest. A door can begin as one honest conversation. A door can begin as a feeling that says, try again, but this time, do it differently. For a long time, you may have dismissed the small things. You may have said, that is nothing. You may have said, that does not matter. You may have said, that is not the real answer. And without knowing it, you may have walked past many quiet openings because they were not loud enough to satisfy your fear. But fear does not always know how to recognize a blessing. Fear looks for drama. Fear looks for certainty. Fear looks for something that feels urgent, intense, and impossible to ignore. But love is often calm. Guidance is often soft. The right door may not shake your whole life at first. It may simply give your spirit a little more space to breathe. That matters. The small breath after relief matters. The peaceful feeling after saying no matters. The sudden idea before sleep matters. The message that arrives at the right time matters. The quiet pull towards something better matters. My dear, receiving begins when you stop rejecting the small because you are waiting for the huge. The huge often begins as the small. A new life may begin as one small choice. A healing season may begin as one honest tear. A peaceful future may begin as one clear boundary. A better path may begin as one tiny yes to yourself. Do not make life scream before you listen. It may be whispering already. Fear says, that is too small to matter. Love says, small openings can lead to sacred changes. Fear says, if it were real, it would be bigger. Love says, Many beautiful things begin softly. Fear says you need proof. Love says you can follow peace one step at a time. There may be a quiet opening in your life today. Not tomorrow, not one day when everything is perfect. Today. It may be a thought that keeps returning. It may be the need to clean one part of your space. It may be the feeling that your body needs more sleep. It may be the courage to stop checking something that keeps hurting your peace. It may be the simple desire to believe that good is not finished with you. Lift your chin just a little. Soften your eyes. Let the face relax. Let the breath become slower. Ask yourself gently, what small thing feels open today? Not what feels perfect, not what feels guaranteed, not what will fix everything, just what feels open. Maybe your heart says rest. Maybe your body says drink water. Maybe your soul says stop going back. Maybe your inner wisdom says send the message, but from peace. Maybe life says wait, not because it is over, but because the timing is still forming. Whatever comes softly, do not crush it with doubt. Hold it gently. A quiet opening is not always a command. Sometimes it is an invitation. It says, come closer. It says, notice this. It says, there is more here than you think. It says, this may be the first step. I notice quiet blessings. I honor small openings. I let life guide me softly. Imagine a window that has been closed for a long time. Maybe the room inside has felt heavy. Maybe the air has felt still. Maybe old fear has been sitting there telling you nothing new can enter. But now the window opens just a little. Fresh air moves in. Light touches the floor. Chashki. A room does not change all at once, but something becomes possible. That is how quiet openings feel. Not like everything is solved, like something is possible again. My dear, possibility is sacred. When you have been tired, even a small feeling of possibility can be a blessing. When you have waited a long time, even one calm thought can be a sign that your spirit is not closed. When you have been disappointed, even one gentle opening can remind you that life still knows your name. Do not rush past possibility. Sometimes the right door begins as rest. This can be hard to accept because the mind wants action. The mind wants a task. The mind wants to fix, chase, prove, and hurry. But the body may know that the next door cannot be entered by an exhausted heart. Sometimes life says, sleep first. Sometimes life says, come back to your body first. Sometimes life says, let your nervous system feel safe before I ask you to walk forward. Rest is not wasted time. Rest can be preparation. Rest can be a doorway back to yourself. Sometimes the right door begins as a no to what drains you, a no to the old cycle, a no to the person who only comes close when you forget your own worth, a no to the plan that looks good but feels heavy, a no to the need to explain yourself to those who already decided not to understand you. A peaceful no can open more than a fearful yes ever could. My dear, some doors open when you stop entering the wrong rooms. Some blessings come when you stop spending your energy where your spirit feels unseen. Some peace arrives when you finally say, I cannot keep choosing what hurts just because it is familiar. That no is not the end. It may be the first opening. Sometimes the right door begins as a simple idea, a small thought while you are washing your hands, a sentence that comes before sleep, a memory of something you once loved, a feeling to learn something new, a soft urge to reach out, apply, write, create, move, forgive, or begin again. Do not demand that the whole plan appear with the idea. An idea is often a seed, not the whole garden. You do not need to know everything it will become. You only need to respect that it came to you for a reason. Only 3 minutes. Do not make it heavy. Do not turn it into a big project. Just write 1 or 2 things. I felt calm for a moment. I had an idea. I said no. I rested. Someone helped me. I felt ready for something new. I stopped blaming myself. I noticed peace. That practice teaches your mind to see support, because the mind sees what it is trained to look for. If you keep asking, what is missing? The mind will find emptiness. If you keep asking, what went wrong? The mind will collect pain. If you keep asking, why am I behind? The mind will compare your life until your heart feels small. But if you ask, what is opening? The mind begins to search for openings. If you ask, where is support? The mind begins to notice support. If you ask, what? It feels peaceful. The mind begins to respect peace. This is a simple practice, but simple does not mean weak. Simple things change the direction of the inner life. My dear, there is also a quiet opening called relief. Relief is one of the kindest guides. It may not look dramatic, but it tells you where your spirit can breathe. If one choice brings relief, listen. If one boundary brings relief, honor it. If one thought brings relief, practice it. If one small step makes your body soften, trust that your body may be showing you something. Relief is not always the final answer, but it is often the next door. And you do not need the final answer today. You need the next door, the next breath, the next loving step, the next honest yes, the next clean no, the next moment where you choose not to fight your own heart. I trust the small relief. I follow the peaceful nudge. I allow quiet good to find me. A calm blessing is still a blessing. A small answer is still an answer. A gentle opening is still an opening. My dear, the right door may be quietly opening because you are finally quiet enough to notice it. Not quiet because you have no feelings. Not quiet because nothing matters. Quiet because you are no longer letting panic speak over your soul. Your soul has always had a softer voice. It does not shout like fear. It does not rush like control. It does not shame. like the old mind. It speaks through peace, through relief, through simple knowing, through the feeling that your body can breathe again. When you learn to notice quiet openings, you stop saying life is not moving just because it is not moving loudly. You stop calling the day empty just because it did not give you a big sign. You stop rejecting the small steps that are actually leading you toward the door you have been praying for. Today, honor the small, honor the idea, honor the rest, honor the no, honor the peaceful yes, honor the quiet pull in your heart that says, there may be more for me than what I have known, because there is more, and you are learning to see it. The door opens differently when you become the person who can walk through it with peace. My dear, receiving is not only about something arriving, it is also about who you are becoming when it arrives. Because a blessing is not just something you get, it is something you must be able to hold. Peace must be held. Love must be held. Abundance must be held. Opportunity must be held. A new life must be held by a new inner self. This does not mean you must be perfect. No. It means you are becoming steady enough not to run back to old pain when good begins to come close. You are becoming calmer. You are becoming clearer. You are becoming less available for what hurts. You are becoming safe enough to hold your good. You are becoming the version of you who does not break your own heart just to keep a door open. Think of a stage for a moment. For a long time, the old story may have been performing in your life. Ear had the loudest voice. Shame knew all the lines. Doubt stood in the center. Control kept pulling the curtain closed before anything new could begin. But now the stage is changing. A new part of you is stepping forward. This part of you does not need to chase. This part of you does not need to beg. This part of you does not need to prove worth to people or places that cannot feel it. This part of you can stand in the light without shrinking. This part of you can say yes without losing itself. This part of you can say no without drowning in guilt. That is who you are becoming. And maybe it still feels new. Maybe your hands shake a little before a brave choice. Maybe your heart beats faster before you say what you really mean. Maybe your body feels nervous when peace arrives because it is not used to something steady. That is okay. New does not always feel easy at first, but if the new thing honors you, keep breathing. If the new door respects you, keep listening. If the new path lets you stay connected to yourself, keep walking gently. Old self says, I cannot handle this. Higher self says, I can receive step by step. Old self says, this is too new. Higher self says, new does not mean unsafe. Old self says, what if I lose it? Higher self says, I can stay with myself no matter what changes. Feel your chest for a moment. Let it open just a little, not by force, but by permission. Sit or stand a little taller. Let your breath rise into the heart. Let your body practice the feeling of being someone who can receive without collapsing, without chasing, without making one blessing responsible for your whole worth. My dear, the old self may think readiness means never feeling afraid, but readiness can include fear. Readiness can include trembling hands. Readiness can include questions. Readiness can include taking one small step while your heart is still learning to trust. You are becoming ready in gentle ways, not through pressure, through practice. Every time you choose kind self-talk, you become more ready. Every time you keep a boundary, you become more ready. Every time you pause before reacting, you become more ready. Every time you receive rest without guilt, you become more ready. Every time you stop calling yourself behind, you become more ready. This is how the inner self is built, not in one grand moment, in small, holy choices. I am becoming ready in gentle ways. I can hold what I have asked for. I trust the version of me that is rising. You do not have to force the rising. You do not have to hurry your growth. You do not have to become someone else overnight. The version of you that can walk through the right door is not built by punishment. It is built by love. Love teaches you to stop accepting less than peace. Love teaches you to stop speaking to yourself like an enemy. Love teaches you to notice when your body says no. Love teaches you to stop making old pain your home. Love teaches you to prepare without panic. My dear, the right door may stay quiet until you are able to enter without losing your center. This is not because life is withholding. It is because life is kind. A door that opens before you are ready may become another place where you abandon yourself. A blessing that arrives before your self-worth is steady may feel too big, too strange, too unsafe. A peaceful love may be pushed away if your body only knows chaos. A good chance may be missed if you still believe struggle is the only way forward. So life prepares you. It prepares you through the pause. It prepares you through the lesson. It prepares you through the closed doors. It prepares you through the quiet mornings when you choose to begin again. It prepares you through the moments when you do not go back to the old pattern, even though it calls your name. That is not delay. That is becoming. My dear, look at who you are now compared to who you were before. Maybe you still have healing to do. Everyone does. Maybe you still feel afraid sometimes. That is human. Maybe you still doubt the timing. That is okay. But something in you has changed. You can feel what drains you faster now. You can sense when you are chasing. You can tell when your peace is being asked to pay for someone else's comfort. That awareness is power. The old version of you may have ignored the signs until the pain became too loud. The new version of you listens sooner. The old version of you may have said yes because guilt was heavy. The new version of you pauses and asks, "Does this honor me?" The old version of you may have begged for doors that made you small. The new version of you is learning to wait for what meets your soul with respect. Take one aligned action within the next 24 hours. Not a huge action, not a fearful action, not an action meant to prove that you are doing enough. One aligned action. One step that matches who you are becoming. Maybe you tidy one small area so your mind feels clear. Maybe you write down one truth you have been avoiding. Maybe you say no with kindness. Maybe you say yes to a chance that feels peaceful. Maybe you give your body the rest it has been asking for. Maybe you stop checking the old door for one day. One action. The new self is built through chosen actions, not forced pressure. My dear, becoming the person who can walk through the right door also means becoming someone who can let good stay. This may sound simple, but for many hearts, it is deep healing. When good arrives, do you search for what is wrong? When kindness comes, do you question it? When peace appears, do you become restless? When support is offered, do you push it away because you do not want to need anything? Be gentle with yourself if the answer is yes. You are learning how to stay open. You are learning how to receive without fear. You are learning how to let peace feel normal. This is a practice. When something good comes, pause and breathe before you reject it. When someone is kind, let the kindness land before you explain it away. When a peaceful chance appears, do not call it boring just because it does not trigger the old wound. When support comes, say thank you without shrinking. I let good stay. I let peace feel normal. I let support reach me. This is how you train the body. Little by little, you teach it that receiving does not mean danger. You teach it that good does not always leave. You teach it that calm can be trusted. You teach it that the right door will not punish you for being human. My dear, you are not only waiting for a door, you are becoming a doorway for peace, a doorway for better choices, a doorway for love that respects you, a doorway for abundance that does not require your fear, a doorway for life to enter through your own willingness. That is why self-talk matters. When you speak harshly to yourself, the inner stage becomes unsafe. The new self hides. The old voices take over. But when you speak with kindness, the new self steps forward. It says, I can try. It says, I can receive. It says, I do not have to be perfect to begin. So today, speak to yourself like someone you are helping rise, not like someone you are trying to punish into change. I am proud of my quiet growth. I honor the pace of my becoming. I welcome what matches my peace. The voice of love, the voice of trust, the voice that says, you can walk through when it opens. You can hold what is kind. You can leave behind what is heavy. You can become without rushing. My dear, The curtain is not closed forever. Life is preparing a new act, a new scene, a new way of being. But this time, you will not step forward as the old self who thinks love must be chaste. You will not step forward as the old self who thinks peace must be earned through pain. You will not step forward as the old self who says yes to anything because waiting feels frightening. You will step forward with breath in your body, with truth in your heart, with peace as your guide. And when the right door opens, you will recognize it not because it screams for your attention, but because something inside you feels able to enter without disappearing. That is readiness. That is receiving. That is the quiet rising of the real you. Receiving does not mean sitting still while your life passes by. Receiving means you stop forcing, but you keep responding. You respond to peace. You respond to guidance. You respond to the small nudge. You respond to the honest step in front of you. You do not chase from fear, but you also do not close your eyes and call that trust. True receiving is open energy with loving action. My dear, there is a beautiful balance here. You do your part. Life does its part. You take the step you can take. Life moves the things you cannot move. You prepare the soil. Life brings the rain in its own time. Today I choose one peaceful step. Today I choose one kind thought. Today I choose one action that supports my future. Today I choose to prepare without panic. Think of a garden. You do not force the seed to grow by yelling at the soil. You do not dig it up every hour to see if it is becoming something. You water it. You give it light. You keep the space clear. You return with care. You trust that something is happening beneath the surface. Active receiving is like that. You care for what is growing without attacking it. You make space without demanding proof every minute. You do the next loving thing without using action as a way to escape fear. My dear, this is very different from forcing. Forcing feels tight. Forcing says, if I do not do everything today, I will lose my chance. Forcing makes you treat your body like a machine. Forcing makes you turn every step into pressure. Forcing takes a good dream and covers it with fear. But inspired action feels different. Inspired action can still require effort, but it has breath in it. It respects your body. It respects your timing. It feels connected to love, not panic. It may feel brave, but it does not feel cruel. Control says, do everything now. Wisdom says, one loving step is enough. Control says, you must fix your whole life today. Wisdom says, begin with what is honest and close. Control says, if you rest, you will fall behind. Wisdom says, rest may be part of the preparation. Let your hands warm for a moment. Rub them together gently if you can. then let them rest open. Feel the warmth in your palms. These hands do not need to grab. These hands can prepare. These hands can bless the next step. These hands can receive, clean, write, apply, rest, learn, ask, plan, move, breathe, or begin. Choose one thing that supports the person you are becoming. Not 10 things, not the whole future, one thing. If your space feels heavy, clear one small area for 15 minutes. A corner of the desk, a drawer, a page, a folder, a small space near your bed. When you clear space outside, something inside often feels more open too. If your mind feels full, write for 15 minutes. Not perfect words, not beautiful words, just honest words. Write what you are ready to receive. Write what you are no longer available for. Write the new belief you are choosing. Write the one door that feels peaceful. Let the paper hold what your body is tired of carrying. If your future feels unclear, learn for 15 minutes. Read one page, watch one lesson, practice one skill. Take one small step that tells your mind, I am preparing. You do not need to become an expert today. You only need to show your inner self that you are willing. If your heart feels tired, rest for 15 minutes without guilt. Let rest be the action. Let rest say, I matter too. Let rest tell your body that receiving does not always require doing. Sometimes the most aligned action is to stop pushing long enough to hear your own so. Cha. My dear, small actions are not small to the subconscious mind. Small actions say, I can move. Small actions say, I am supported. Small actions say, I do not have to wait for perfect confidence. Small actions say, I am participating with life. I take inspired action with ease. I prepare without pressure. I trust small steps to open the way. Act gently. Release the outcome. Return to peace. This rhythm will protect you from the old cycle. The old cycle was panic, chase, collapse, blame. Panic made you rush. Chasing made you tired. Collapse made you feel powerless. Blame made you turn against yourself. But the new rhythm is different. Peace, step, trust, receive. Peace first, then step, then trust, then receive. My dear, when you act from peace, the action carries a different energy. A message sent from fear feels different from a message sent from clarity. A yes given from guilt feels different from a yes given from love. A plan made from panic feels different from a plan made from trust. Life responds to the energy you bring into the action. So before you act, return to yourself. Ask, am I doing this to prove my worth or to honor my growth? Ask, Am I doing this because I am afraid or because it feels true? Ask, does this action make me smaller or does it support the person I am becoming? These questions do not slow your life down. They save your life from old patterns. One loving question can protect your peace. One honest pause can change the whole direction. One small action can become the first step toward a door you could not see before. My dear, do not despise simple steps. The mind loves to make change dramatic. It says, if I cannot change everything, why do anything? But the soul understands that life is built in moments. One breath, one choice, one sentence, one action, one gentle return. The garden grows because of repeated care, not one day of panic. Water the seed, give it light, clear the weeds, come back tomorrow. In your life, watering the seed may look like speaking kindly to yourself. Giving it light may look like believing that good is possible. Clearing the weeds may look like stopping an old thought before it becomes your whole mood. Coming back tomorrow may look like not giving up on yourself just because today felt slow. This is active receiving, not forcing, not hiding, not waiting in despair. A steady, loving partnership with life. My dear, some people stop themselves because they want the step to be perfect. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect mood, the perfect plan, the perfect confidence. But perfection is often fear in clean clothes. It looks responsible, but it keeps you still. It says, not yet, again and again, until life becomes a room full of unopened chances. You do not need perfect. You need honest. You need simple. You need one step that your body can respect. Maybe you are ready to make the call. Maybe you are ready to stop answering what drains you. Maybe you are ready to apply. Maybe you are ready to forgive yourself. Maybe you are ready to rest without making yourself wrong. Maybe you are ready to admit that the old door is not your home anymore. Whatever it is, do not make it heavy. I choose the honest step. I let it be simple. I allow life to meet me as I move. This is how you stop waiting like a prisoner and begin preparing like a gardener. A prisoner waits without power. A gardener waits with care. A prisoner stares at the locked door. A gardener tends the soil. A prisoner says, nothing is happening. A gardener knows that roots grow in quiet places. My dear, you are not powerless in the waiting. You can care for your heart. You can speak a new sentence. You can take one step. You can make space. You can let yourself be supported. You can prepare for good without chasing it. That is power, soft power, real power, the kind of power that does not need to shout, the kind of power that does not need to control every detail, the kind of power that says, I am open, I am willing, and I trust life to meet my loving action. There may be days when you do not know what to do. On those days, choose the simplest form of care. Drink water. Step outside. Breathe slowly. Write one sentence. Put one thing away. Rest your eyes. Say one kind word to yourself. Do not call these things too small. These are ways of telling your nervous system, we are not abandoned. We are here. And when the body feels less abandoned, it can receive more clearly. When the heart feels less attacked, it can hear guidance. When the mind feels less rushed, it can see the open window. That is why small care matters. My dear, you are not trying to earn the door through action. You are becoming available for it. There is a difference. Earning says, if I do enough, maybe I will deserve it. Availability says, I already deserve good, and I am making space to meet it. Earning comes from lack. Availability comes from worth. Earning feels heavy. Availability feels open. I do not earn through fear. I prepare through love. I am available for what is right. As we close this part, receive this final truth slowly, because this is what allows the door to open without fear. You do not need to force the whole future to prove that you are ready. You only need to meet this moment with love. This moment is where life can reach you. This moment is where the next step appears. This moment is where your heart stops chasing and starts receiving. Choose one step. Bless it. Take it gently. Then let life do what only life can do. The door opens when your heart no longer needs to fight life to feel safe. Not because you stop caring, not because you have no dreams, not because you have no desire, but because you have learned that peace is not found by wrestling every moment into your plan. Peace is found when you do your loving part and let life meet you in its wisdom. My dear, this is the soft landing of receiving. You are not giving up. You are giving over the part that was never yours to carry. You are not becoming weak. You are becoming open. You are not losing control. You are returning to trust. For a long time, you may have believed that if you did not hold everything together, it would fall apart. If you did not think about it all day, it would disappear. If you did not chase the door would forget you. If you did not force the answer would never come. But your fear is not what makes life good. Your panic is not what opens the right door. Your self-punishment is not what proves you deserve to receive. You are ready to receive peace. You are ready to receive support. You are ready to receive what respects your heart. You are ready to receive without chasing. You are ready to let life be kinder than your old fear expected. Think of the first light of morning. Before the sun fully rises, there is a quiet change in the sky. The dark does not disappear all at once. It softens. The edges become lighter. The air feels different. The world is not fully bright yet, but something has begun. That is how receiving often happens, not all at once. The first light comes before the full day. The small peace comes before the full answer. The quiet opening comes before the visible door. You may still be in that first light. Something is changing, but not everything is clear. Something is opening, but not everything is seen. Something is being arranged, but your mind cannot measure it yet. Do not fight the dawn because it is not noon. Let the light come slowly. I am open to receive. The right door opens in peace. Life supports me now. Let it move through the shoulders. Let it soften the hands. Let it touch the part of you that still asks, but what if nothing comes? Fear says, what if nothing comes? Soul says, I am open and life knows the way. Fear says, what if I wait for nothing? Soul says, I can trust without abandoning myself. Fear says, what if I am forgotten? Soul says, life has not forgotten the heart it is healing. My dear, there will still be moments when fear returns. Do not be surprised by this. Do not make it mean you failed. Fear may visit because it is used to being in charge. It may knock on the door of your mind and say, check again, worry again, hurry again, doubt again. But you do not have to let it lead the whole house. You can answer with love. You can say, I hear you, but I am choosing peace. You can say, I know you are scared, but we do not chase anymore. You can say, we are safe enough to wait for what honors us. You can say, the right door does not need our panic. This is how you stop fighting life. You stop fighting the quiet. You stop fighting the timing. You stop fighting the closed doors. You stop fighting the parts of yourself that are still learning, and instead, you begin to cooperate with love. You rest when rest is needed. You move when movement feels true. You release what keeps hurting. You receive what comes in peace. You listen to the body. You choose the next gentle step. This does not make your life passive. It makes your life aligned. My dear, alignment is not loud. Alignment often feels like a deep exhale. It feels like your body saying, this is honest. It feels like your heart standing up without needing to fight. It feels like the nervous system finally understanding that good does not have to arrive through chaos. You are ready now, not because everything is perfect. You are ready because you are learning not to abandon yourself. You are ready because you are learning the difference between a door that flatters your wound and a door that honors your soul. You are ready because you have put down so much old weight. You are ready because you are no longer willing to call panic love. You are ready because you are opening to good in a cleaner way. My dear, there is a kind of receiving that happens when you stop arguing with what has already closed. The energy you used to spend on old doors begins to return to you. Your mind becomes less crowded. Your heart becomes less pulled. Your body begins to relax. You start seeing what you could not see before. A new path, a new peace, a new thought, a new chance, a new version of yourself. The door opens when you stop fighting life, because fighting takes all your attention. Fighting makes you stare at what is not moving. Fighting makes you forget that there may be another way. Fighting makes you too tired to notice the first light. But peace helps you see. Peace helps you hear. Peace helps you receive. So if there is still one place in your life where you are fighting, bring softness there now. Not surrender in a hopeless way. Surrender in a trusting way. A way that says, I will stop hurting myself over what I cannot control. A way that says, I will do my part, and I will let life do its part. A way that says, I am willing to be surprised by good. I stop fighting the timing. I stop fighting the quiet. I let life open the way in peace. Let your shoulders release. Let your face soften. Let your hands become open again. The right door does not require a closed heart. The right door does not require a tired soul. The right door does not require you to keep proving that you are worthy. It opens through peace, through readiness, through self-respect, through the quiet trust that what is for you can meet you without harm. My dear, you may not know exactly what comes next, but you can know how you will meet it. You will meet it with breath. You will meet it with self-respect. You will meet it without chasing. You will meet it without calling yourself less if it takes time. You will meet it as someone who knows that life can still be kind. That is the new way. If a door opens quickly, you will listen before entering. If a door opens slowly, you will not call yourself forgotten. If a door closes, you will not turn it into your identity. If a quiet opening appears, you will honor it. If your heart feels unsure, you will come back to your body. This is how you live as someone who is ready to receive. You stop making every outside movement the ruler of your inner peace. You stop saying your life is not working because one thing did not work. You stop making fear the voice of truth. You stop treating yourself like someone who must be punished into readiness. You are not here to be punished. You are here to be loved into wholeness. And as you become whole, the door that matches your wholeness can open. Maybe it is already opening quietly. Maybe life is already arranging a path that will make sense later. Maybe the peace you are feeling in this moment is the first light. Do not dismiss it. My dear, return now to the truth that began this journey. You are ready to receive, not because you never feel fear, not because every old wound is gone, not because you know exactly how life will move. You are ready because something in you has changed. You are no longer willing to chase what breaks your peace. You are no longer willing to call struggle the price of love. You are no longer willing to carry every old story into every new door. You are becoming open in a wiser way, a calmer way, a softer way, a stronger way. You have learned that receiving is not grabbing. Receiving is allowing. Receiving is not begging. Receiving is trusting. Receiving is not losing yourself in desire. Receiving is staying close to yourself while life brings what is right. You have learned that the right door may be quiet at first. It may begin as a peaceful thought. It may begin as rest. It may begin as one small step. It may begin as a no that protects you. It may begin as a yes that feels clean. It may begin inside your own heart before it appears outside your life. And that still counts. My dear, do not be afraid of quiet beginnings. The dawn begins quietly. A seed begins quietly. Healing begins quietly. Self-worth begins quietly. Many blessings enter softly because they are not trying to frighten your heart. They are trying to meet you in a way your nervous system can hold. Let them. Let good come gently. Let peace become familiar. Let support reach you. Let life love you in simple ways. Let the right door open without your panic. Feel this moment. Feel the body that stayed with you. Feel the breath that continues to return. Feel the part of you that still believes, even if only a little, that something good can happen. That little belief is enough to begin. Say slowly, I am ready to receive. I am safe to receive. I welcome what comes in peace. My dear, when fear comes back, do not fight it. Return to the breath. Return to the body. Return to the simple truth that you do not have to force what is meant to meet you. When the old door calls your attention, return to the peace inside you. When doubt rises, return to one loving step. When the mind asks for proof, return to trust. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are being guided into a better way of receiving. The right door opens when your heart no longer needs to break itself to enter. It opens when your peace becomes more important than your panic. It opens when you stop chasing what is not aligned and begin welcoming what is meant for your healed self. So stand gently in this new energy. Open your hands. Soften your heart. Let life arrange what your fear cannot see. Everything is unfolding in perfect order.